Not the best position to start off another wave here. We might be dead here. We might be dead. Hello, I'm CammyG, and welcome back to our Fortnite Save the World videos. So today, we are going over one, again, Blasted Badlands build. So hero loadout for this one, and we are going for a super duper high tank build of, Goin Commando. So this is utilizing Blast from the Past to give us huge health, and we've got healing, we've got armor, so you can get stuck in on the enemies without having to worry as much about dying, because you know us, we often get in pretty sticky situations as Goin Commando because your movement is limited. So we are just in a 124 encounter mission here. Ooh, we've got a storm chest here. Maybe this will be a good test of it as well. Let's see how we handle this. So yeah, we've got the Goin Commando loadout, and we're on a 124. It's got healing death burst, and we are doing this solo to show how good it can, handle yourself against full waves of enemies when you don't have any teammates to help you or give you, assisted power level or any of that stuff. So as you can see, we are kind of tanky in it already. Even with that explosion, I don't care. My health is still up there. I really do not care. And you'll see in a few seconds just how short a time we have to wait for it to come back again. So just 5 seconds. And what we can also do is just start Warcry, then switch to this, and yeah, it's gonna really shred through these guys. You've got a shield on it? I don't even care. I'm not gonna shoot it, I don't need to. It's just gonna tear straight through that extra damage, that extra health even. It is ridiculous. There you go, storm chest, done. Solo, easy. Not that storm chests are that difficult to solo in, any mission really, because it's just a bunch of enemies. But, I don't know, it's quite impressive, no? A little bit? So if you've seen our other videos, we've probably died a little bit in the showcases for the other Goin Commando builds. But this one, I'm hoping we can get through the entire thing without dying. We'll do our best to finish the entire mission. I'll do my best to play well enough to not die. I am kind of already getting in a sticky situation here. Now, it's not a guaranteed you won't die build, but it's going to give you the most protection you can get, really, for a Goin Commando build. Now, if you want to focus less on damage and more on survivability, you can swap some heroes out, of course. And we do sort of say that when we do the hero loadout part of this. But for now, it's doing huge damage. As I say, we are on our own here. We don't have any assistance, so we've got to take out a lot of enemies ourselves, and as you can see, it gets pretty sticky in some situations. But as long as you play it smart and you abide by the hero loadout that we've selected for you, you will be absolutely fine, for the most part. Terms and conditions apply. Kill that bird. Just finish off my, you don't want to waste my Goin Commando, Yeah, now that we're between waves, let's go ahead and show you the loadout itself so that you can build this for yourself. And as I say, feel free to swap some of these slots round should you wish for more protection. If you are really wanting a tanky build, you can definitely add more in there to make it more tanky, and maybe we'll do a variant of it, who knows, and use that in streams, because there's a few bomb suit type heroes that give you so much shield, armor even, sorry, that's different to shield. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you the loadout. So for the hero loadout itself, we have Sergeant Jonesy in the main slot once again. So he is the one that increases the duration by 20 seconds. So this is going to mitigate for the fact that we are not using, Happy Holidays, for example. And it's going to make it so that we can almost get infinite Goin Commando. But then the main part of this build is Blast from the Past. So this is going to make us a powerhouse of health. We're going to have 3 times the health we would normally have. Of course, no shield, but this is going to be a huge, huge health pool. We have Going again to reduce the cooldown, again to make this near infinite. First cup of the day just makes Goin Commando do huge damage because it increases the crit rating and damage. We've got Survivalist Jonesy in here. Now, if you're better than I am and you're not worried about healing, obviously feel free to swap this out for Boomstick, for example, or whatever other hero you might want to pop in here. At the bottom, for the 2 heroes for the Blast from the Past, we have Sorry and Fight. So this increases your ability damage, so that will make our Goin Commando do 20% more damage, which is less than the boomstick, but we need 2 heroes in here for Blast from the Past either way, so there you go. And then we have Saurian Hide, so that increases our armor by 33, so we're going to be taking less damage, so we just become a tank, you know, we're healing, we have more health, we have more armor. It's beautiful stuff, so let's carry on with the gameplay. So now you've got the loadout, you can jump straight into a mission and test this bad boy out. Now you don't always have to use, you know, I mean, look at that, like, just using Warcry with a regular weapon, you can kind of slap these guys. But, you know, this is a Goin Commando build, so let's go ahead and whack the Goin Commando out and just show this huge, I mean, we've got a Smasher there. I'm just going to take it, that's fine. He did like a 1/6 of our health, like, from a Smasher. Pretty impressive. You know, that's that armor coming into play, which, you know, needs to, you know, we do need the slots from the dinosaur heroes, so why not put in one that's going to give us more shield or armor? I keep getting him mixed up in my head. Because, you know, if we're going to need to put a slot in there anyway, why not? And then straight back to it. This may be a sticky situation, this may be our first death, or can we get out of it? Maybe we get out of it. That's why you shouldn't jump, really, in the midst of enemies. I do kind of sometimes say in streams, like, I jump a lot, and you really shouldn't, because if you land on top of enemies, you're kind of screwed. Because they will just beat you from below. And that's probably not something you wanted to hear from me today, but, you know, you've heard it. So yeah, we haven't even had to use our adrenaline rush yet. I'm going to avoid healing, actually, before the next fight. Because I did heal after the ability loadout, whatever, you know, bit. But you really don't need to, because as long as you position yourself in a good place when you start off the fight like this, you can, you know, get your health up from the eliminations through Survivalist Jonesy. Now, there's probably a better solution that you guys will be able to figure out. You know, I'm not saying this is the best loadout for armor whatsoever. Our weapon has disappeared as well. We kind of need to start moving forward here at some point as well. We can't just keep running away forever, because we'll get too far away from the encampment. So yeah, I'm not saying it's the best, you know, most survivable loadout in the world, but as I say, you can swap out all of the damage abilities and heroes for Goin Commando, and it's still going to do fairly good damage. I'd say if you were going to do that, you know, it depends. I'm going to use my adrenaline rush here just because I'm talking and I'm going to end up dying because I'm just concentrating on talking. But yeah, you know, if you don't really care about the cooldown as much, you can sacrifice that, you know, going again in the loadout. And then if you don't really care as much about the damage being super high, you could... Oh my god, sorry, I'm just trying to survive it. Oh! You could sacrifice probably the ability damage when your shield's depleted for a different dinosaur hero. Yeah, we're getting a bit more sticky now. But, you know, if I was on the other builds we've done for Goin Commando, I think we would already be dead. I'm not going to lie. We haven't died yet. Remember that. We haven't died yet. I really think we would have on the other ones. Yeah, you can mix and match, swap it out, all that good stuff, as usual. We'll probably iterate on this in the streams and see how things go. There's always some sort of hero loadout switching character that I end up missing. We might as well use our turrets as well, you know, stuff like that. It's not exactly like we need to just sacrifice everything else for the sake of a video or something. We can still use them. I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm going to try avoid walking off the edge of the map here, because I do appreciate how close I am to the edge there. God, all these bees. Not the best position to start off another wave here. We might be dead here. We might be dead. Oh yeah, we just died at the end. I thought it was going to happen eventually. But to be fair, you know, soloing encampment missions isn't the easiest thing in the world. It's not the hardest thing in the world, because there's plenty of builds that can get you around it. Goin Commando being one of them. We'll put that down to stop the blasters real quick before I start my next run Goin Commando. But, you know, I just like to give you builds that you can then iterate on if you want to. Some of the builds we provide are, you know, like the best. You know, if it's like infinite something, you can't really make it more infinite. That's not how infinity works. But, you know, stuff like this where it's survivability, you can swap things out depending on your play style, things like that. There's always, you know, going to be stuff that you can improve upon there. So if you do, let people know in the comments, let me know in the comments, and let others know, because I'm sure people will be interested to see how this can be improved, because they will want the absolute best. But apart from that, I feel like we're just kind of rambling on at this point, you know? Are we done? Maybe we do one last one, and then we can call it quits, potentially, and get on to the next video, because I'm going to record a bunch of videos, a little behind the scenes for you there, you know? Just as we're making our way from one encampment to the other. What else is there to talk about? I don't know. I feel like we've probably stretched Goin Commando as far as we can go for the Blasted Badlands Zone. Now, this is the zone that's best to do this, because it does have the added, you know, reduction in cooldown on abilities that other zones do not. Yeah, this is going to be death for us again, I think, here. There's only so much you can do. So, without embarrassing myself any further, I will stop there. I did choose a healing death burst intentionally to make it more difficult, just to show, like, how far it can get you, you know? And, of course, if you're better than me, you could probably still solo the rest of this mission. With this build, you know, I challenge you to go for it. Do it in a 140 as well, you know, I really think you probably can. Just got to play a bit better than I do. But yeah, this is the end of the video. So I'm just talking about things in the video now. Thank you so much for watching. If you do have any improvements, please let us know in the comments. If you liked the video, let me know. And if you disliked it, also just let me know. I don't care. Just let me know things. Excuse me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in a future video or maybe a stream. Cheers and take care.